It's amazing how God has made connections in our church so quickly, even in the midst of pandemic. Last week, we had an artist in resident who just moved to the city show up to the church, and he was telling us about how he was writing this album, these songs about the 6 train while he was on the 6 train. Our worship pastor was also writing a song on the 6 train about the 6 train. And so these two guys connected, and it was completely just one of those God moments that it was neat to see how even amidst a pandemic, even though we're still isolated in some way, that this connection could be made at our church between these two people, these two very creative artists. Our true hope and mission for Hope Nomad is really to be able to find Jesus and his kingdom through creativity, through a sense of community in New York City. We have a very unique story, having been planted in the middle of COVID, which has been challenging and also probably one of the most exciting ministry opportunities of our life. Once things started to kind of open up a little bit more last fall in 2020, we were able to get into our chapel space, try out a couple worship services in person, which was fantastic. We then started, dreaming what kinds of things could we do to reach the community. One of the ideas that we had that we've implemented twice now has been a PPE outreach distribution event where we basically put 750 PPE kits together and we distributed them. Our PPE outreaches have just been a great way to meet neighbors and practically serve people. And then we also have creative events. So because we're kind of a creative community, we have a writers group. We had a live poetry reading up on our rooftop, which we invited the public to. And then we had a baptism, and that was really fun.
New York can already be a lonely city for people, but I think COVID has multiplied that sense of isolation, obviously, particularly during the depths of quarantine where people have been by themselves. So I think we're definitely seeing the power and the joy of people actually being together again and being able to be supported. Jesus wants to be with people. How else can we say it, right? He wants to enter into their loneliness, as God with us, and we want to be incarnational in that respect and representing him.
We would love to invite you to come check out Hope Nomad, whether it's a Sunday service environment, whether it's one of our family dinners that we host twice a month, whether it's a game night, if it's an open mic night. We actually also have an improv jam for those of you who like to do improvisation. But whether it's any of those spaces, we just want to invite you to come check us out. And also, we would love to see you bring a friend with you. There are several ways you can find us and find out all the different things that are going on. One is to go to our website at hopenomad.org, where you will find all of our events, all of our living room small groups, as well as information on our Sunday service gatherings. And then you can also find us on Instagram and Facebook. So check it out. We'd love to see you and get to know you better.